Testing. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, testing. Testing. Testing, testing, testing. Scary, scary, scary. Hey, course.
Hi, Pew.
I am so nervous that this is going to crash on me, but right now it's seeming to be okay. If you have anyone on your side, or if Dope Dogs wants to stream their POV as well, just in case, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I think Yags usually streams it anyways.
Okie dokies. So I tried playing a little bit of Siege after not playing forever, and I am bad. Like, worse.
Okay, theme park is the map that we already like have the advantage on, so we
Oh,
don't
okay.
play theme.
So next one, okay.
Yeah.
Ba-da-ba. Coastline. Alright, that has since been corrected.
Hi, Pew.
Hello. If you can add the other side too, that'd be fantastic. I'm just terrified to like alt out of anything. Bippity boppity boo. Bippity. Bippity boppity boo. You guys are still there, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okie dokes. I need to make sure I didn't freeze. Scary! Scary!
What?
I don't like to cast.
Why?
I don't
You're
like.
great.
I hate casting.
You are. You practice it.
Are you streaming?
Yes, I am. Let's pray to all of the gods that it doesn't crash. I think I troubleshot. Can I say troubleshot? Troubleshooted? Troubleshot most of the stuff away, so hopefully it should be good. However, if you have your own stream, go ahead and keep that up, Yags.
It's already out.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba.
Pog.
Alright, are you guys all ready?
Yep.
Give me that check mark.
Ready, Freddy.
We're all good for dope dogs.
Okay. Alright, here we go. Good luck, have fun.
Look, have fun.
Welcome to Season 5, Grand Finals of the Onion Division Pleb League Season 5. I already said that, but it's okay. We've got Defiant Gaming on one side and Dope Dogs on the other. Now, remember that this is a double elimination playoff, and Defiant has never made it to loser's bracket, whereas Dope Dogs did. Dope Dogs was beat by K-Town Krakens, which then K-Town Krakens forfeited against Defiant, and then dropped out before Dope Dogs could even play them in Losers Final. Losers Finals, yes. So, here we have it. We are on, technically, Map 2, Coastline. And just let me know if you guys can hear me in chat. I don't know if you guys can. I need to make sure. Okay. Because if not, I'm just speaking to myself. Alright, perfect. Anyways, so this is technically Map 2 of the Grand Finals, as Defiant Gaming had the winner's advantage. So they took on Map 1, Theme Park was their dub. We're on to Map 2, which is Coastline. And we have Dope Dogs defending. You can see the bans going on right now. I am solo casting, something I did not want to do, but it's okay. This has to be casted. Alright, so here you have it. You have the bans: Nomad, Blackbeard, Mira, and Valkyrie. I should probably take a note of that. Okay. And just some background information before we went into this. Before the playoffs even started, Defiant Gaming was Seed 1, top of Onion Division, whereas Dope Dogs came in at Seed 3. Again, as I said, Seed 2, K-Town Krakens, dropped out due to players going inactive or something like that. Alright, so here we go. We have our first lineup for the first round of Map 2. Remember, Map 1 already went to winner's advantage, went to Defiant Gaming. Okay. Again, let me know in chat if you chat if you can hear me. Any technical issues? As so, Dope Dog is choosing to go against.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
I'm gonna give you guys a little disclaimer. I'm not really a big strategy person in the game. I'm gonna give you a pleb version casting of this finals, which is either really apt or just not a great
10
time
seconds left before insertion.
for this grand finals. However, I'll do my best. I'm gonna say
5 seconds
as
left
I
before
see them.
insertion.
I can't talk too much about strategies as I am
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
I just strategy people. Usually 50-50, maybe 60-40 on that. Alright, so we've already started. We're trying to figure out stuff.
I will watch over us.
So let's see where course, leader, KZ, Alright, pushing into kitchen. There is one person waiting there.
Attackers drop the
Sly
diffuser.
as Jaeger. Also to be cleared out to the second floor, which is off of my seems normal. Good for them, fine, good.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Alright, so we've got KZ running Jackal, taking out
The attacker's bomb
already
diffuser
finding
has been
footprints,
dropped.
taking out the top hatch, above and outside. Let's see, we've got Hibana, so I believe all
Activating drone.
maybe
Attackers
are
recovered
above,
the diffuser. A bomb has
and
been
he has now
located.
taken the
Magic going out.
Now, as I figure out my controls once more,
Bomb located!
so this first view might be
Raising up defenses.
Recharge up.
bomb diffuser.
And I'm missing all
Cover
of
me,
those.
reloading.
Alright. Miko might have an angle soon. Battling it out in billiards as vibes. That's the IQ. And I believe the sled.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
We've got 2 Defiant above. He's sandwiched now, yeah. Let's see if he can pull this off.
The attacker's
No,
bomb
he's
diffuser
not.
has
So now
been
Diffuser's
dropped.
stuck in security. I'm not sure if Billy knows that. Because I'm sure this is a Pro League setting where it does not tell them. Oh, he does now. He should. So now we're left with 2v5. Somewhat, I wouldn't call it a fast game. The last 3 seconds is unable to kill. Peely gets down to 1v5. Shox is able, however Shox is, I believe, at maybe 10, 15 health. Malusi does know that he's
Swapping!
and he's
15
got some
seconds
security,
left.
someone watching the diffuser. And that's it. Leave. Sly gets the last kill. And Dope Dogs takes round 1 of Coastline. Now I can't remember if this is, I believe this is a Dope Dogs pick. Oh, maybe not. Anyways, going into round 2. So, big players that I think we're going to have to watch are definitely going to be Pioli. In his previous season, whenever he did play for Cool Cats, now Dope Dogs, he was the one who was gunning and bringing up all these double digits on this scoreboard at the very end. Not seeing Callie here, so that's a new sound effect. Oh.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by
That
attackers.
confused me. That was a Twitch follower. Thanks for the follow.
Bomb located by attackers.
Great. Thanks for joining. Grand finals 5 Onion Division. Just a reminder while we're setting this up. Remember that we've also got the 5 Potato Division open up for their losers bracket as well as finals. Now they're a little bit later
10 seconds left before insertion.
because of the slightly
5 seconds to insertion.
teams they had. So now we're moving. Dope Dogs has now moved on to
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
Let's see how they play this.
Razor wire is
On the
deployed.
Viking side,
Barricade eye! Hands on board!
not entirely sure who we should be watching. All of the teams are very familiar with this, and I think for the braggers.
A bomb has been located.
Drone activated!
Here we go again, trying to take out all of the second board. Here we go. Let's move on to Horse, Nader, and Ash. That Ash Jaeger main. Can't do anything else but Ash. Barely. Other people in the community. So they do know that there is someone, they have a reason with them. Let's see how Hibana pushes, as they know that someone is in the theater. Now there's 2 people, possibly, nope, 1 in luggage, Malusi, Pioli takes first kill, just misses Malusi. Hibana.
Changing mags!
Loading new magazine! Crazy how milliseconds. Just busy content, misses her again. They got 3 points there now.
Attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
The C4. I'm not sure if any of Dope Dogs dropped, and I don't know if he knows it's there. No. Oh, we just missed that. There was a cool vibes possible encounter. There's another
Attackers
possible
recovered the
encounter
bomb diffuser.
there. Don't know yet.
Breach up! Breaching.
Drop the diffuser.
Pioli with the C4 kill. Casey trying to push.
Attackers
bottom.
recovered the diffuser.
There is someone in. He gets fly, however gets stuck. Shocks and Casey able to get a kill, bring it down to 2.
Holding max.
Both are on site at this time.
15 seconds remaining.
So Pioli and Dr. Drew are left.
10 seconds left. Drop the bomb.
Shocks and taking the last one. That's Dope Dogs for round number 2-0-2 in favor of Dope Dogs. Now both teams are probably just getting kind of into the groove. Hopefully they've done strats, they've done dry runs, or they've just warmed up before this. Unfortunately for me, I did not warm up for this. So again, as we move on, things will get better. Stick with me, I promise. Maybe I shouldn't promise. Alright, so here's the lineup. We've got 6-pick from Sledge to Iana. That's definitely because they, I don't want to say definitely, but probably because they know it's going to be on the second floor. Dope Dogs have already won both floors.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
So now we move on to Hookah. Slide, we go, kills. Now, anytime someone wants to jump in and be like,
10 seconds
hey,
left before
Pew,
insertion.
I'm totally okay with helping you co-cast, or just taking over casting.
5 seconds
Let me
left.
know. We'll jump into Discord, I'll share play.
Lieutenant, deploy.
You can do this while
Attackers
I
are
do
moving
what I
out
do
to
best.
locate a bomb and defuse it.
And what I do
Activate
immediately,
jammer.
straight, doing the observation. Just let me know in the chat if you want to help cast. Although I'm actually really terrified that that might crash the game, or so maybe not. It's very delicate right now. Alright, here we go. Forcenator, again the Ash. This Ash Jaeger guy. Hi, Craig.
Reloading!
Oh, good. That's good. Alright, so we've got them clearing out first floor. These two working together.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Let's see. We've got drop. And Ivana.
Reloading!
Iana's coming up to the white stairs. Is that what we call white stairs? Let's see where Pioli is. Pioli is gonna get blindsided by Crusader. Take that. Crusader probably isn't.
As my friend would say.
Not. But I don't know if Crusader knows that there's another person in the lobby right now.
Reloading!
Behind the
As
desk.
my friend would say, to AR. Time to make a new door. Spotted a bomb.
Probably hears something. Let's see if he is able to pop it and see. No, he knows someone's there. And Crusader hits the mark. Headshot on Hookah. Takes out Jaeger and Pioli. Good start for Defiant.
Cover
You can
your
tell that
spotted.
Defiant is out. Strats for second floor, possibly more than first floor. Maybe they'll find it. 5v2.
Loading
Casey takes a
Filipinka.
slide, another headshot.
Action time!
Doing a lot better than the first floor.
Swapping mags!
Let's see how Jax and Dr. Drew pops out. If only C4 is not going to be charged. Possibly. Yes. And that is the flawless round of Defiant Gaming. Taking that strongly in Dope Dog's favor. Now remember, those first 2 rounds were the first floor, so now we've switched over to second floor, where it definitely seems like Defiant Gaming has more strength, more strategy on that. It looked a lot cleaner, especially with that flawless round. Alright, now Dope Dogs has the reputation of not running strats, not really playing with each other until the actual game day. They've had criticism as well as
Attackers need to locate and
both
defuse
sides
bombs.
of the whole
Attackers have discovered the
strategy
location of the
in
bomb.
Frag. And it's worked for them. I mean, the fact that they're T3 the overall season, and it's gotten this far, definitely aided by the fact that K-Town
Ready and
completely
waiting.
expanded. I wonder if it definitely seems like they've got more strategy on the first floor. I don't know if they've decided that, hey, there's money involved, there's $150 on the line.
10
We
seconds
actually
remaining.
want to win this, and we don't want to just rely on strats. So maybe we're seeing something a little
5
bit
seconds left.
different. Now, Defiant has been very consistent. Dope Dogs,
Attackers
depending
are
on
heading
who
out
the
to
roster
defuse a
is,
bomb.
kind of, really depending on who they have playing for them, determines.
I'm reloading.
I don't know if that was a hit. No, that wasn't a hit.
You can stop worrying about grenades now.
So here we go. We've got someone in that first floor. I don't even know these calls. I'm so sorry. There is someone there. They know it. They're being pushed out right now. Let's watch Pioli. Pioli is someone in there.
Shock.
So,
Already.
ooh, and he misses, and he takes a lot of damage. Clears out, but they do a trade-off.
Reloading!
And now... Alright, are we going to see a swing? We are at, well, not really a swing, but a little peek.
See you on the other side.
Out. Easy. We've got upstairs, Andy, and... well, we've got, I believe, 3 of them upstairs. Hoping to push them downstairs. Drew's watching Aqua Hatch. Yax is staying on site.
LED sleeping.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Adding Overwatch.
Alright.
Budget ready.
Know if he's still holding that? He is. Aussie. Possible showdown there.
Position to knock it down. Knock, knock.
There is on the second floor. But they're at 1 minute now. He's got kind of a long angle. Cool vibes. I don't know if they're going to try to push for a long angle. They're just waiting for
Attackers
these
drop
guys
the
to drop.
diffuser.
Oh, that's... boy. I don't know if they're able to pick it up.
Clothing back!
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
It is now a 2v3, and Andy and Chucks are both extremely... That's a death, yep. 1v3.
15 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Andy. And I don't know that he's got maybe
10 seconds remaining.
5 health? I don't know, I don't think there's a way.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah. Dr. Drew takes out Chucks with a headshot. And that round goes to Dope Dogs, which now puts them at 3-1 Coastline Map 2. Technically the first map of the game, but remember this is best of 5. Map 1 was the advantage already over to Defiant Gaming because they never made it to the loser's bracket. Just a quick record as we're talking. Let's see. So let me pull this up really quick. Defiant Gaming started off in winners bracket round 2, beat Shamans 2-0, went on to face K-Town Krakens in the winners bracket final, which then K-Town Krakens decided to just say, hey, we're not going to show up, forfeit. So really, Defiant Gaming has only played
Defenders, protect your
one
bombs
game
from being
before
defused
this
by attackers.
in the season 5 double.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Whereas Dope Dogs, on the other hand, they played round 2 against K-Town Krakens, losing 0-2, getting dumped over to losers bracket round 1, beating Night Shift, going on to round 2, beating Shamans, and then going on to beat K-Town Krakens as they had to drop out of the game.
10 seconds left.
Season. Surprise. Surprise.
5 seconds to insertion.
Am I moving on to my PBS voice?
Attackers are heading out to
This is
defuse a
gonna
bomb.
be a long one for me, especially since it's gonna be
Stop worrying about grenades now.
yeah, that's the 5th. Maybe my NPR voice can go a little bit slower, maybe a bit deeper.
Drone activated.
Alright, so we've got Miko and Pioli. I believe they're in position now.
More than new magazine!
He's downstairs, okay.
Yes, got us a drone dead on.
So let's see. Ooh, we might be able to have
New drone, clean shot.
of
On design.
yes, but still
Watch for the flash!
has very much grown into his role of much bigger.
Inhabiting
Attackers have dropped the bomb
Led.
diffuser.
Not a bad thing. Him.
Gemini's out of
Anyone
commission.
who hasn't followed Stick's career, he's definitely moved on. Big PC leagues, really big stage leagues. Follow him at Stickula I believe, on Instagram if you want to follow him.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser. The attacker's
Course
bomb
again.
diffuser has been dropped.
And Casey goes down.
Reloading ammo.
Miko takes it out, Course Leader as well.
Flash out!
2 for 1 in round 5. Flashed, can't see where he's going. Pioli and Miko working together. Really good job, and ooh, is he on? Extortion gets both of them back. That's great takedown. Here's Hart.
Sending Gemini!
3v3 at 1 minute.
All set.
That confuses me so much. Thanks for the follow,
Attack
Stickula.
Gemini.
I'm just so confused at Ooh, you almost saw him. I realize that they can't
Dropping
see
back!
the orange outlines, but I get so excited because I'm like, oh, they can see them. If only they just shot them on the wall. Alright, Andy takes out Sly, putting back Defiant back in. Ooh, and that means 3-1. Torsion takes out Yags, and let's watch it. And there goes Drew. So now we have 2-3 Defiant on 2 rounds 1, and Dope Dogs on 3. Stickula, I so badly want to go to Discord, but I'm so scared to hit anything else that I don't want to crash the game. So possibly when we get out of this game, I'll feel a little bit more comfortable if you're okay with that. Okay. Alrighty, so we're gonna try again. Kitchen, service entrance. The last round that Dope Dogs is on defense. Defiant
Attackers need to
is
locate and defuse as many bombs as they
back,
can.
and so far, excited.
Bomb located by attackers.
I need someone who's more pro at this than me to give me some stuff here. But let's kind of look at the stats right now. See, we've got on the Defiant side 444. And on Dope Dog's side, 554 Miko Dr. Gully.
10 seconds remaining.
So we'll see how this goes out on the last
5 seconds
last
left
round for
before
Dope
insertion.
Dog's defense.
Radius line of fire.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb. Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser. Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Full side and main entrance.
Reload!
Ready, set. Bench deployed.
Kind of similar. I think you've got a similar layout.
Planting toxin.
Let's see if Miko's able to surprise anyone. Defiant's gonna definitely be expected.
Drone ready.
Yes, Strats, if you want to get in, because if Stick can only jump in for a few, I am super happy to have you try out.
Changing
Always a
mag.
good time to start, right? Grand finals.
Yes, got us a drone dead on.
Alright. So we've got... Because unfortunately, when I observe and control at the same time, I'm not able to follow where people are.
Stay clear of the
I feel like
blast!
I'm just talking to myself. So Miko. Yuli's taken out. So far, not doing as good. And that's great. They've just taken out 2 heavy roamers right off the bat. So it's now 5-3 in Defiant's favor.
Wing charge deployed!
Ooh, course is unable, goes prone, and goes out with an impact grenade. Pog is, able to manage that. Glad I got that. Alright, so Yag's at maybe, what, 2 to 5 health here. Probably shivering. Takes out Extortion, so it brings it back down to 3-2. This is manageable. However, remember, look at their health. They're at maybe... And everyone else on the other side is...
Launching replicator! Gemini's gone dark.
Apologize if I misclicked as well. Ooh, and plant is going down. They did not do that yet. Alright, so this brings us to 3-3 as we switch, we go into the half of map 2. Now Defiant Gaming is on defense. And we saw Dope Dogs really prefer to go first floor on kitchen. Really wish I could have someone talk more about that, but hey, it's okay. Ooh. That sounds awesome, Strats. Definitely let us know what your specs are and what your PC build's going to be. Super excited for you, and actually really excited that you're going to be joining the PC crew. Alright, so we've switched halves now. Defense with Defiant. Defiant has done a good job of putting their numbers on the board. So we're really head to head still, just neck to neck. 3-3. Oh, please don't tell me you just froze. And change defense strategy. So unlike going for the first round strongly whenever they could, Defiant additional more
10 seconds remaining.
Nice, Strats. Super excited for you.
5 seconds left.
Are you more a Corsair or a Razor?
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
I've already got
Defender
shots
exposed.
Dropping mate!
We've got Purity on... Oh! Do they know that Shocks is there? Does Shocks even know that they... busy watching games. I still think that's a little bit strange. I wish that they had some kind of ambient noise when you're on camera. Because technically, it's not like you go into noise canceling mode, correct, when you go into drone. So I really wish they would still have some ambient.
Ready to breach.
Activating drone.
Let's see, shocks and luggage sitting on that hatch. I'm still not used to that noise. Thanks for the follow, Crave.
Loading new magazine!
Kind of pulled back a bit. I
Launching
think the
drone!
hardest one for the fight right now is shocks. Shocks still he's able to get Pioli. There goes their Ash.
Set.
See if he's able to.
Attackers bomb diffuser
Wow,
has been
great
dropped.
shot. Shot takes out both Pioli and Yags, bringing it down to 3. This is going still pretty interesting, but
Reloading!
Casey? No.
Attackers have located bomb. Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Reload!
All in. And I believe all of them might have. Oh, luggage.
Take room!
Slide is pushing luggage, pushing Aqua now. Ma'am, are they going to get
Arming shock.
And they are. Great. That. Another.
Nice and
First 3. They're all in right now.
Throwing frag grenade!
A bomb has been located. 15 seconds to go. 10 seconds left.
Good kill. However, the defuse is negative. And
5 seconds
another
left.
kill is 1v2.
Attackers are activating the diffuser. Attackers
Wow.
need to protect the diffuser. Position compromised.
Great job on Casey. I'll call that clutch.
Defenders have disabled the bomb
Taking
diffuser.
their first defense
Bomb
round,
defusing attempt failed. Defenders
pushing
win.
it to 4-3. It's okay. I've like created a completely new theme before this, so whenever there's new sounds, like all the follower sounds, all the alerts, it confuses me because I'm like, that doesn't sound like a normal Siege sound. And since I haven't played Siege in so long, I'm actually like, very confused because I'm like, oh, did they add something that I didn't know? But hey. So it is a new follower sound. You guys are kind of testing out all these new things. So it will continue to surprise and confuse me. So hey, there's that. Alright, so 4-3. Defiant pulling.
Attackers need to locate and
down
defuse
to
as many bombs as they can.
Yep. Again, first 2 rounds we saw Dope Dogs for Sunrise, Blue Bar, and then Kitchen.
Bench deployed.
Winning those rounds. We see a change of pace with
Attackers have
Defiant
located
Gaming
a bomb.
for defense. First for
Loading mag!
traditional, and then going down to first floor.
10 seconds to insertion.
I do kind of want to
5 seconds left before insertion.
Reloading!
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
Got a lot of, maybe 3 of them starting at the main entrance, 2 at poolside. Stairs? Nope, east.
Swapping mag!
Apologies, that is
Drones up and running.
Dropping mag!
kitchen. Last minute. So our roamers are going to be
Aye!
extortion. Let's see how
Wall
they manage,
reinforced!
together and working together. So,
Reloading!
Dope dogs down a little bit. You know what I really want right now? For some reason, miso soup. Odd. Anyways. KZ and love looking for anyone that they can pick off. They're now in theater. They have seen Vigil. Vigil does a lot of damage through
Sending my drone.
so she's
Enemy tagged.
I really shouldn't say that. Don't know if the other rover decided to pull it back a little bit.
Loading new mag!
Attackers have located a bomb.
Oh no, I don't know if Horse knows someone's on cool
Launching
vibes.
drone. I've got movement.
Blast area!
Yeah, Steve's out. See? There goes Course from the rooftop. Push the smoke. No.
Lay the nest.
I don't know if they're gonna swing.
Drone's online.
There goes Shock. Shock is hurt. Again, remember, he does not know. So it's down to the ending right now. And there goes Yeager down. Taken out by Pilly. Alright, so we're at 4-4. Da-da-da, 4-4. Let me try something really quick. Please don't freeze on me. Please don't freeze on me.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
It's not working right now. It's okay. Tried a kitchen move. Decided to stay away from the blue bar. Didn't want to repeat of that.
Test down. Test down.
Lucy again. Vigil, Mozzie, Smoke, and Jaeger. See on the right side, we've got Shock leading with kills. And then we've got
10 seconds
Dope
left
Dog
before
side, we've
insertion.
got Miko and Dr. Drew both with 7. Again, very close game.
5 seconds left.
Close line, match 2 of 5 grand
Moving
finals.
mags.
Attackers' objective is to
Onion
locate a
Kitchen.
bomb and defuse it.
So we got 3 of them pushing main, and I want to say, oh, so we got Ruin side as well. So let's follow. I believe Vigil is going upstairs, and that's Course. Not just Ash Jaeger main. Take that, chumps.
Reload.
So here we go, pushing
Drone
Aqua.
activated.
Oh, I don't know if he sees. Yep, there's 2 drones. Pulling back a bit. Smart move, I believe. Oh! However, tries to chase the drone and gets swiped by the left. So we got Extortion on the move and going into security now. KZ, wow, my new keyboard is extremely sensitive. Oh! That is a kill. Extortion. Fly. Good ping off that.
Ready to breach!
Bring it down to 4-4. So we're at the 40 mark.
Blast
Hibana pushing down, and let's see what
Come on, wherever you are.
Breach charge ready!
probably
Attackers have located a bomb.
Oh, yes. And they just missed. Shark takes out Dr. Drew on the side. Hibana knows someone's... No, I think he... So now Extortion's pulling long
Building the
angle.
magazine. Let's see them right now.
Let's
Enemy located.
see. Nice. Extortion takes out Nico.
A bomb.
Pioli is still on top, and... Where's
Got to reload.
Rand? Yeah, he's trying to challenge Mozzie.
Drone out.
Here we go. And Yags wins that challenge. So still trying to be vertical. Yags is now at what, 5 health? 3? Very low. Maybe just a fart away. There goes Pioli as he tries to push. And there goes Yags. Nice job by Defiant. And now they have regained a 1-point lead. Going into round 10. Ba-dum-bum. I don't know why my Discord isn't opening up. But I would love to share this so I can get stick or even force struts. Struts, I will pull you into a VC and be like, here, you have to talk now. Ba-dum-ba-dum. Alright, no 6-pick.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Alright, so we're going
Ready to go.
Here it's
I placed Banshee.
original defense plan. You see if they can hold it again. There's smoke definitely. And no, it was not
Deploying ADS.
who came in and was able to take down the last two.
10 seconds left.
Guys, it's hitting my
5
head.
seconds left before insertion.
I need you guys to not have such a close game.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Alrighty. Let's move over to the poolside, boys.
ADS deployed and ready to go.
I do have to warn everyone as I get closer and probably past my bedtime because I'm a grandma. Get a little bit here.
Setting
So
charge.
this is gonna be a fun.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Stick to join us.
Launching
So they
drone.
already said
Grab the
Malusi.
drone.
Malusi
Straight shot
is
two.
running a book in kitchen.
Reload!
They know.
Hack the drone direct.
Let's see, who else are my roamers here? Alright. Let's see how this goes down. This is gonna be a Malusi versus... I don't know who that is. I can't tell by the outline. Okay, so he's pushed back to cool vibes. Now it's just Mozzie down there. Holding the long angle. Dope Dogs has taken the roof and the second floor. It's not even funny. I didn't even make a joke and I cracked myself. Alright. Cool.
Blinding them.
Alright, so they're not noticing that. This is a Mozzie.
Outside!
So as we see as keep choosing the people
Bomb located by
who
attackers.
decide to go onto camps.
Attackers
And
drop
there
the
goes
diffuser.
Pioli with the there goes Yags with the diffuser. A big hit. Someone on both sides. Shox is not necessarily a sandwich, but like V sandwich. Oh god, that sounds bad. Don't quote me on that. Ugh. That's what I'm like. Oh god.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
There goes the switch. Of course, Dinner takes out a group. Embarrassing. Goldie is at 5 health. Let's see where Slide is. There goes Slide. This is 4v1, 3v1 as the exchange goes. Pioli takes the first. So now Pioli is at health 25, going against 2 people. Can he do it? I really need someone to more sensitive. There goes Extortion. He takes out Pioli with a C4, ending round 10. Round 10. Putting Defiant Gaming 2 rounds above Dope Dogs. So far, Defiant Gaming definitely proving its defense. Does it though? It's only 3 games in. No, they're doing good. So they've won so far on defense 2-1. Quick maths, yeah. God, I really need my Discord to start up so I can get Stick in here because I'm starting to run out of stuff to say. So now I'm just kind of just rambling and God, am I good entertainment? I don't know. Someone rescue me. Okay, so no 6 pick again this time.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
I'm sorry, I can't do that. Okay, so this is exactly what I'm looking for. I was excited. There's a penthouse play, second floor. Definitely showing that Defiant Gaming is favoring the second floor. They're favoring the second floor. Explosive first. I think they... Man, I really need to be more like Stick and like take notes. Huh. No, this is not Force's first round. He was, his team actually won last season actually. So he won season 4. However, remember, this is up for, the grand finals is the winner of the grand final is going to receive $150 because we were talking about doing splitting the first and second winning, but the second place getting like $5 per player is like chump change. So I believe the full $150 is going to so they've got to win in this game. You can tell that Dope Dogs is not really doing as much strategy. I think they actually might want to get that moolah, that dinero, that good stuff. Can I call it good stuff? Okay, yeah, whatever. Alright. Nah, of course it's such a nice guy. Except for that time he played fast. So, Extortion, I just clapped. You hear that? Hopefully not. Extortion takes out Dr. Drew. Let's see if he was able to crack open this window without getting shot. Oh, there you go. Good job, guys. I don't know who is that. That's Shocks. Yeah, Shocks is in the little cubby. Come out. You got it. Oh! Barely misses. Gets away with maybe 60 health. I'm really just guessing these. They know that he's there, so... There we go. Second time is...
Come on out, sheep.
Alright, cool. Alright, so we're looking now at... Extortion, below, Roman... Oh, he's got a C4. Let's see if he can use it.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Nope. Yes, he is! Goodbye, Slide. Good job, Extortion. I think that's like his second or third C4 kill right now. Who's down? Andy is down. Don't be down. Be happy. Oh, they see the... Oh, stop right clicking. And there goes... Ooh, Hibana just has a faster gun. That shotgun versus the 21. So, yeah, he'll like spray it and then have to reload immediately. Great. That doesn't hit him, but he is at 20, 15, 20 health.
Nest in position.
I'm
Reloading.
And there goes Defiant. Dope Dog's finally able to bring that margin a little bit closer. And I got what I wanted. I wanted to see a penthouse play. Oh! Wait, I called it wrong. Just kidding. Defiant 1, 7-4. Here we go. Let's get Stick in. Thank God. Alright, so that's map 2 over. Defiant Gaming wins 7-4. Look at Extortion and Shocks at top 13-11. Here we go. Be right back. Hello. Hello. Everything's muted right now because it's on the
Hello.
Hey, it's on the Be Right Back screen, so I don't think they can hear us. I really hope they can hear us. I think we're good.
What? I don't hear you in Discord, but I hear you on Twitch.
Weird. Weird. I don't like that.
I don't know how that works.
That's so bizarre, and I don't like it, and I don't want to fix it because I'm so afraid that I'm gonna mess this up. So,
Okay.
Well, that doesn't matter because if you're talking, I don't really have to talk as much, right? Yeah. Alright, I mean, how much time do you have?
I suppose that's the logic.
Um,
As much as we need.
Okay, cool. Perfect. So once we get, you can see my stream, and I know that Twitch can hear everything that I'm saying right now, which is fine. Once they get their 2 players back in, I'll mute myself and I'll just play around and I'll go off of what you're doing. I don't know what happened to their 2. Okay. Anyways, for anyone who needs an introduction to Sticula, the infamous, can I say infamous? The notorious
I'm
stick.
famous now.
Yeah. What are you casting for all the big leagues now? You casted for qualifiers. How did that go, by the way? I didn't know there's a delay
It
because you're
was
like listening.
good. There were teams that were really clouded, which was nice.
Clouded. What does that mean?
Like Challenger League, Pro League level.
Oh,
I
clouted.
casted Super's team.
I was like, what? Clouded?
Clouted,
What does that
yes.
mean? Got it. Alright, give me 1 second. Hello, what's up?
I don't know. Yags and Course are in the pleb chat talking about something.
Yeah, I don't know. They're trying to figure something out. Stupid.
Okie dokes. Thanks.
I think we might have to go to a short little 10-minute break here.
No worries.
Cue the ads.
Just let me know when you guys are back on, and we will get started. And we now have Stick in here. Stick is going to help cast for you guys, and he is far better than I am, because as I was kind of starting to go a little bit crazy towards the end. So, yeah.
Poggers.
Okie dokie. I would play some music, but again, I feel like on my mobile rig, it's gonna cause everything to freeze and crash. So I'm not gonna do that. So, okay, wait, Norway? You pulling the whole clouded thing. This guy is like SAT vocabulary, okay? He's a big time caster now. And yes, I did put an accent on the caster. Ba-dum-bum. You guys are just gonna hear me like randomly humming away. That's okay. You know what? I thought about coming back into streaming a little bit more, but then I also realized that I have no good content because not only do I not play well, I kind of just ramble like this. All right. I don't know if you guys want to keep going on your break, but let me know when you guys are back up. Just hit the little check mark and I'll get going.
Are the ads queuing right now?
I did not understand that.
Ads. ADS, you know, advertisements.
If you count that as my humming and my promotion of Sticula, then yes.
Lit.
I'm literally just like do 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 humming. Okay.
My only concern is that I don't hear you in Discord, so
that's totally okay.
I feel like I'm
We're good whenever you guys are ready, I think.
Okay. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna run it really. I'm gonna make sure I have the correct settings again. I don't want to go into just 3 host. Yes. So stick when I switch over, I'm actually gonna completely shut up. So I won't talk over you. You won't have the delay. You
okay.
All the talking. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me just check. So Coastline Dope Dogs is defending. I know we were just on that consulate. And oh my god, seriously? I could have been doing this the whole time. Defiant. Dope Dogs. Okay, so defending is going to be Dope Dogs defending. Perfect. Orange team. Let me read that one more time. Dope Dogs defending. Correct. Alright, ladies and gents, we are going to start. Good luck. Alright, here we go. And we are back. Going on mute.
As far as I know, currently in series, Defiant have 2 victories, which is a lot of victories to have. And it doesn't put Dope Dogs in the best position, considering now they have one last shot. And even if they are to win Consulate here and now, moving into the rest of this best of 5, they still have to win an additional map to even return to a position where they would be able to claim victory in the series. The first operator Bandits Nomad, not totally a huge surprise. What that does enable, though, on the defensive point of view, is a large influx in the aggression. When you don't have a Nomad, you don't have to worry about those air jabs, beeping around the corner and locking off the many possibilities for runouts that there are here on Consulate, and that's a big factor. The offense is generally considered to be a little bit more favored on Consulate, and there's a lot of play that surrounds the run-up to the exterior of the map, whether that be focused on the hard breach of the garage doors or largely on the window rappels. It's crucial that you go on the rappel, especially when you're attacking lobby, press room, or CEO and projector because you need to be able to lock off those rotates. Not having the Nomad allows the defense a little bit more flexibility. You can go aggressive, you can run out, and you can shut down what some would describe as that smothering play. Jackal, another operator that makes sense here. This will be another help for the defense. You don't have to worry about, your 500 IQ prone in a corner under a desk in the admin office strat being found out because the Jackal has got his Inox up and running, and then the Valkyrie and the Mirabands, from the defensive point of view, rounding things out. Valkyrie, pretty big defender to see either in play or vetoed. Her cameras provide a really unnecessary source of intel that the offense, well, they just simply don't like playing around, and I think that goes for the Mira as well. Going first, we'll see the basement in play from Defiant. I like the presence of the Goyo. He's sort of slipped backwards in the play, in the meta, as I would say recently. You kind of have more focus on some of the mutes and the mozzies because denying intel is the next step in the meta with the utility dump, all the catchers, the soft destructors. That's sort of in the rearview mirror. Still, you want to make sure that you at least have a Jaeger or a Womai so you're not so susceptible to just being blown up out of the blue. Maestro, I think, would kind of be your meta op. On the garage, you need intel. You need to be able to stop the plant and know if the offense are going to attempt that. Having one of those evil eyes back here by side wide, as you can see, course place is so helpful because you can see under the van. It's difficult to remove those evil eyes and gives you that long-lasting source of intel. We have the Goyo Vulcan placed at the sort of cross between the driver's side of the white van and the wall or the toolbox. So you can't just go aggressive. You can't just run up side white and immediately flood the site. That should help slow down game. We've got the electro claws from extortion, so getting the wall open will be considerably more difficult. Though we have both the Maverick and the Thatcher on the board, Dope Dogs have not elected to bring them in their first composition. Instead, they're going to go for the Blackbeard. They do have Sledge, so you can theoretically go above inside a press, open the floor, and clear out what utility we see stacked up from Defiant, but they've got a response for that as well. Andy Way holding on the roam. You can see him break open the tiny sliver of the barricade there. He was looking for an aggressive angle onto the garage ramp. The Blackbeard trying to contest him from this window. Sly not suffering any damage just yet, but Andy is eager to hold down the office and make sure that it is not conceded yet for the defense. The yellow markers come out, communicating to the rest of the team as it looks like possibly the Zofia has rotated. You'll see that aggressive play start to come into effect. Meanwhile, Drew will clear Andy. CEO control now under the auspices of Dope Dogs. Good opening pick. That's exactly the way that you want to start this off. Offensive dominance is key to success on Consulate and in the larger overall view of this series. Dope Dogs don't have a whole lot of room to make errors. They need to come at this swinging, aggressive, and with that motivation that'll carry them forwards to find their way back into this best of 5 and potentially reach that marker to go for the reverse sweep. Moving next on the offensive clear. KZ trying to hold off in the bathroom. He will fall back, but the hatch being open leaves Dope Dogs with the great avenue to apply a lot of vertical pressure. KZ will rotate to play closer to Banana, tried to combine two callouts there. The offense, they're not too keen to watch this, and it doesn't look like there's a total presence of a flank drone. That could leave a huge vulnerability here later in the round, especially with Defiant on the back foot in the man count. Dope Dogs might not totally be expecting a flank to come through from them. Nitro is tossed up. That should be at least half of the Nitros off the board, but Drew has a response of his own now as he guns down the Malusi who we discussed previously. Extortion aggressive with the AUG as he pushes up yellow stairs. He will find Sly, moving us back into a 3-on-3. Defiant with 50 seconds to go. The advantage as the time grows longer moves ever closer to their favor. An over-aggressive play will cost Extortion his life as Dr. Drew is en route to get an ace in the round, potentially enabling himself to find Defiant in the less likely position in this first round. You see them utilizing their manpower, rotating for that garage pressure. They want to get in, they want to smoke it all off, and potentially enable this plant. That's exactly what Yags will do. He's got support, it looked like, from Miko now, pushing up from side white, locking off the defense. Miko actually going totally aggressive. He will find the Goyo, looking back towards security, down and confirmed by the Maestro, but that's quickly rectified as Yags will gun down course to secure Dope Dogs their position in this first round. A little bit of a worrying one towards the end. They're able to redirect it, correct that course, and get themselves in a one-up position. It's all about conserving this momentum now, moving forward, taking more of these offensive victories. That's the key to finding yourself success, and then translating that round advantage once you see the defense come up for them.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
I want to make sure I don't tire myself out too quickly. You can see Defiant and kind of get an understanding of what they'll go for as far as their setup. A return to the garage is in the cards. No more Goyo, though, and it didn't seem like the Vulcans or the Vector really had a huge effect on the course of that round. I think it's a smart change to introduce ops like the Smoke. It was a little bit more of an active denier. You don't just place those Goyo shields, the Vulcans, early in the round and then kind of forget about it. With the Smoke canisters, you have a little bit more active decision-making going on for shots. He has the Elite skin, which gave me a scare for a moment and made me think we were going to go for a rehost, but then I realized Cleva's got those nice lax rules that allow you to run all of your splendid cosmetics here, so we won't have to see any stop in the momentum as this game carries on so far. A lot of more focus on the hard breachers. A good change here from Dope Dogs. This should allow them to play just a little bit more freely. Getting open the garage wall will be made much faster. The worry for me, though, is they didn't have much trouble getting the garage wall open last time. It was about as quick as you could ask for, given the time and given the fact that there was an Electro Plus standing in the way. The fact of the matter is, on Consulate, as a defender, you kind of have to accept that the wall is going to be open no matter how hard you try. And the only thing trying to stand in the way is extortion next to the wall. Shox is, I don't know what he's doing, some gymnastics here on this table. As you can see him bobbing up and down. Maybe he was trying to get a crouch hold up on top of the freezer. We may never well know. The hatch inside circle desk is soft. That could be a real problem here that Defiant find out. KZ has got the bathroom setup going for him. Curious that you have the Evil Eye placed on the inside of the door rather than, maybe on the outside. I guess that it's more vulnerable, but, if KZ is getting pushed, it's going to happen, and he's going to be there fighting. He's not going to be hiding back in the corner. I don't totally know if I see that Evil Eye as being valuable, and it's all stacked up next to the rest of the utility. Drew will draw first blood as he finds Andy. Again, we'll see Jaeger, I think, is the opening death, and rotating down, KZ will find Drew in response. Shutting down the Zofia for the Jaeger, I think, is a good one-for-one trade, especially with the time that Defiant has managed to waste. But the fact that both of these first-floor hatches concerning the objective are open could create quite substantially a insecurity in the coverage that the defense has, and could be a big allowance for Dope Dogs. Yags goes down. It looked like he tried to make his approach to the garage door, but was found in earnest. 55 seconds. Another one of these slow rounds. You've got early frags back and forth. Dope Dogs are looking to take just a little bit more traction, but without the man advantage, it's going to be hard to get there. We have one good response frag, though, as Sly will be finding extortion, and now Habana charging in has got the diffuser and everything to get going. Sly with a wonderful long angle will fell shots, and now the diffuser very likely, but the Evil Eye is making things difficult. Exposing the Habana now as she has to rotate to try and avoid the deadly tasers as they lap up what little HP the Habana has. Now off of his Evil Eyes, Maestro tries to find his way in to confirm the kill on the damage he had done just earlier, but he will be felled. This is a wide swing on a highway. Violi finds KZ. Dope Dogs now with 2 successful garage offenses in a row, setting the tempo early here on this map. An excellent response. This has got to be a huge boost to their motivation after coming off those initial difficult losses on the first 2 maps, considering the starting winner's bracket advantage for Defiant. This is a good position for them to find themselves in. And Defiant, wow, totally shut down on those first 2 attempts at the garage. They are now forced to make their rotate. And it's not a great spot to be in because I don't know how the meta of pleb really works, but console office, if the attackers are on their game, does not tend to go well for you. The lobby and split are really the only 2 saving graces.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Banshees ready and waiting.
And I'll take it over just a little bit, give Sticky. Now they move to the floor. Again, you can tell the absolute difference between Sticky and me. Stick being almost what? I would consider you a pro streamer. No, sorry, pro so we are very grateful to have Stick been around with Pleb for a while. Again, if you haven't followed him, definitely follow him for his fascinating career. Definitely
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Loading new magazine!
Planting toxins. Closing back.
Sorry about that. I have to go run and grab a rain so I don't totally run out of energy. Good progress for Defiant. CEO slowing things down, trying to make sure they don't over-aggress or create any of these wanton openings to put Defiant on the back foot. Talked about earlier. You can't be doing that here. And he's lurking. Really just waiting inside a console. The window hasn't been open yet. Dope Dogs had some early rappel angles. You do see a section of that open now. You've got to make sure that you push out Andy, because if he doesn't get cleared from console office, I don't totally have a lot of confidence for Dope Dogs towards the end of the round. You do see somebody creeping up yellow, it looks like. That's Drew. He's been a big playmaker so far in 2 rounds, 4 frags. Good tempo to set, but looks like that might be changing course now as he is felled. Not totally sure where that was, but the confirm is in regardless. Drew now down and slide to join him as well as Miko will go dead. Corsinator with the pistol. Defiant with a rocketing start, and Corson looking to try and double down is capitalized on. Yags will end his life abruptly. Still though, it's Defiant who hold all of the advantage. At 4-2, Dope Dogs don't have much time. Diffuser possession is about the one thing that they have. You're going to have to try and coordinate a plan here. It looks like that might be potential rotate. Yags is coming over to Visa. He's going to jump up the stairs, and I think Pioli is either right behind him or potentially going for a rappel. Defiant, though, they're still in a good position to respond to this. They've got goo mines stalling things out. They've got barbed wire, and as well, further up in the clear, you're going to have to run into the Banshees from the Malusi. Not a whole lot that Dope Dogs can do. The thing you're looking at here is in 20 seconds, which frags happen, and how does Defiant hold on to their man advantage. It seems like things might be shifting course. We have one frag going the way of Dope Dogs. That's what they want to do now, as Yags is the one who goes down. Player inside of console. Pioli diving off the edge of the balcony. He recognizes that without the diffuser and without quite a few more mistakes here from Defiant, there isn't a whole lot that you can do to change the course of this round. Defiant, they will take another one. So far, this is about as good as you could ask for. A little bit shaky on the first 2. The garage wasn't their territory. We will find success up in the console office. Their one consolation, you could say. A return to the garage. Nope, that decision is quickly changed. Going now to the lobby. Not touching split so far. I wonder if that's potentially decision-making or a full lack of strategy from Defiance in their rotation. Shocks on the Caviera. Definitely living up to his name, but the 6th pick is there. No trick plays today from Shocks, or maybe not, as he has left us quite uncertain in the air, not confirming that 6th pick. He will show us the pulse, which makes a lot of sense. You're going to want that nitro cell as well as the cardiac sensor to give yourself the proper intel with which to use those nitro cells. The one thing that I'm kind of curious on is whether or not Shocks is going to kind of put himself below inside of the garage. You're a little bit more flexible in denying the plant, which has been the direction of the recent meta. More of a focus on piano plants, but I don't know if that's quite trickled down yet. And so maybe they're going to look to put the pulse somewhere else that I might not totally be expecting. You do need to take control sometimes of the admin area, so hey, maybe that's what we'll see changed, or really anything I think could happen. Shocks could just have a little bit of freedom. With KZ dropping these garage reinforcements, though, I think that does kind of give us a clear idea that Defiant are going to try to hold on to the garage, have Shocks below here. With the hatch open and with nitros across the board for Shocks and KZ, it should be a little bit easier to deny the plant. And on Consulate, where if the plant gets off from the offense, it's pretty much a game over. This is a really smart decision.
Hi, Stick. I'm just here to say it's all Corsair's fault.
Claymore mine going down. Activate.
Nice comment there, Blitz.
Reloading! Magnet it's ready. Let them come.
Well, maybe a bit of foreshadowing coming out from Blitz as Corson is the one who dies first. Not exactly full of confidence for Corson. Drew, it looks like, took a bit of early damage, which is good, but Drew has not had the best record in the most recent round. He was good before, looking to try and reinstate himself as that player to watch out for. The vertical play, Dope Dogs with a good understanding of what needs to happen, but it's all about the execute, I think, that really matters here in the grand finals. If you understand the strategy, you still have to get that last step and actually take your idea on paper and put it into practice. KZ sitting inside press room, not a whole lot of pressure from the west side, or rather south side windows, which does make me a bit worried. If you're not going to try to push him out of that position, he can do something like this. Rotate freely, Drew will cut him down, his second on the round. Zofia back up to what we know she can do. The pulse is still waiting, and you've actually got one player, I think Extortion, lying prone inside of Zulu. He could be the X factor here in returning the man advantage to where we saw it in some of those earlier rounds. Otherwise, Dope Dogs are on the right path. Sophia still holding off this flank. Dope Dogs, good understanding here as it's the cross angle that gets them 2v5. The Jaeger, though, as he moves in from the Teller's Hall, will try to make Defiant a little bit of an easier course. However, there's Yags. And now all it's up to is Shocks. You can maybe have an opportunity here for him to get this nitro. Oh no, though, it misses at the wrong moment, and that allows the plant. Probably the worst thing that could have happened now is the plant is all Dope Dogs. Rotating up the Visa stairs, it's a trade between Shocks and Miko, putting Dope Dogs at 3-1. Good position for them. Wow, I have to look at Shocks there and say, you know, it was a 1v4, I think. You know, that's difficult to do, but missing a nitro cell because of those shakes, because you're on the grand finals, you're down by 2 maps, or rather, I guess sort of the opposite effect. You know, you're looking to try to close this out. You can't be shaken in that position. You've got to be on your guns, you got to be ready, and you got to be able to sink important nitro cells like that. And if you look at the time, I think that was 10 seconds left. If he had denied the diffuser there, one of the attackers would have had to try to scramble, drop the hatch, or rotate in from grass, and that might have not been totally possible.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Loading the magazine.
Bomb located by attackers.
Swapping mags. Loading new magazine. Electrocloid on.
10 seconds left. 5 seconds.
As we return to the garage for Defiant, I think this is the round where they can try to change the course. They can rectify this, finally get the win going down to the basement. That could shift the momentum for the rest of this map and, you know, maybe put themselves back in that position they saw exiting Coastline. The strategy itself has changed. We still won't see the Vulcan come back as he was played in round number 1, but this time, Defiant aren't so focused on that vertical extension with the hatch open, with the utility bunkered up inside the bathroom. This time, a little bit more the roam element is still there, but I think leaving the hatches closed is the right idea. The vertical extension, while it's been wasting time, Dope Dogs are still able to get things back on track with a little bit, you know, a minute or even less left on the round. They're able to kind of figure out the weaknesses, how to prod those, and how to open up the chinks in the armor of the defense in order to put themselves back on top. You sort of do have to play the fracking game, which is sometimes evident on Coastline. Another one of these weird spots is from the defense. This time it's Corson inside security room. I think last time it was a long angle from the cafeteria up on the counter. So Corson really giving us a nice display. I'm sure you'll have this in the tricks and tips video coming out soon. Defiant, they're not giving up the early pick, for better or for worse. It also means the Dope Dogs have a little bit more free reign. They're not feeling so much pressure. Gotta watch the wall game, how that gets open, the timing with which it is done. If it stalls out for too long, because, you know, the Cade can't be found, or maybe it's an issue of timing with the Electroclaw. It looks like you do have the aces. The Selmas are successful, and the Electroclaw is actually even broken. So now both sections of the wall are open, and this gives so much more leverage to the offense. No longer can Defiant have free roam inside of the garage. They're going to have to hide behind the pillar, hide behind white, hide behind deployable shields. There isn't a whole lot of free territory. You can see one player is sitting in Oreo, prone actually, it's extortion. If he gets a frag here, that could be a potential change, especially with Ace, the only one even remotely near the diffuser outside the wall. Dope Dogs would have to try to correct that quite quickly, and because they don't have a whole lot of control of the vertical game, you can see even now, Pioli is still trying to get that going. The defuse, I think, hold, or rather the defense, they hold all the cards. The first kill go down as KZ will find Miko. Sly is dead in the response, but here comes Yags on the trade now. 4v3, Defiant still up by one man. It's all about Dope Dogs to close this one out, and we know they can do it. Drew will find Shox as it's Yags falling down, a huge cross angle, bullets exploding, a fountain of ammunition through the objective. Corson there, steady with the ult on the Maestro, doing good work for Defiance as they finally will get a successful round on the garage.
I'm going to chime in here a little bit, stick some break from talking a bit. Just a reminder that this is Season 5 Grand Finals, double elimination for the Onion Division between Defiant Gaming and Dope Dogs. Again, Defiant Gaming went into the playoffs, Seed 1, Dope Dogs Seed 3, and this is now Map 3 on Consulate. Previously to this, it was Map 2, Coastline, where Defiant Gaming won 7-4.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Stay clear of ATS line of fire.
Top floor again. We won't have to wait much longer to see the full rotation. This is the final round of the first half, and could be a big decider in what we see going forward. I kind of hyped that last round up to be sort of the one that decides the future of this, and, you know, if Defiant can get their defenses under control, or if we'll see Dope Dogs accumulate just a little bit more of an advantage. On this round, it's the decision to be made whether Defiant will own up and get this round victory to put themselves even at the half, or if Dope Dogs will take the 4-2 and put themselves at arm's length going into the rest of this map. And that would be a huge win for Defiant. Already, they had a couple of weird instances, a couple of errors, weird decisions that happened in the first few rounds. They've sort of smoothed everything out, and I think they've gotten a better read on Dope Dogs. It's all about the importance of this round, though. If Defiant put themselves 3-3, that's great, because I would usually consider the offense to be advantage on the map. I usually think you're probably going to see 4-2. Sometimes it gets a little bit closer, and you'll see a 3-3, like I would expect this to go. But, you know, if Dope Dogs have a little bit more in the tank, give them all the advantage when it comes down to the Cinderella story we could potentially see unfold. Drones will roll out. Drew has got to be aware of the Malusi's position waiting down at mid, but the Maestro of Corson is trying to contest this. Drew taken low. The response, a little bit of shots on a Corson, but still he will come out on top, sending through that early response and telling Dope Dogs that they are not free to take this control. Now as KZ finds Pioli with Drew on low HP and Miko suffering a little bit himself, now Dope Dogs really don't have a huge mandate to get things working. Lifeline concussion, shot out by the Zophias. Maybe there was going to be an EMP as well. Good cross angle here, shutting this push down. With KZ waiting at top spiral, there's not much that Dope Dogs can do to get open the long desk wall. You can see the door is now open. It frees up KZ to make this decision. Whether or not he's going to make the play, try to push up, try to really actively get in their face and stop it, or if he's just going to wait and hold off the cross. Ace out on the balcony. It's him from Suicide as he fells the Jaeger. Projector control is a little bit weaker now, and they might be able to take into A. KZ, however, has rotated from Spiral as he comes up the Visa stairs. Extortion onto Drew. The response, woo, huge one there. Swinging wide. 2 frags for Dope Dogs. KZ still trying to hold things off. It looked like he had gotten a trade on the Visa stairs, but a smoke canister will now obscure the vision. They don't have the full intel. Maybe an Evil Eye could be their saving grace if there's one inside Projector, but Yag's down means the diffuser in uncertain territory. Sly with such little HP has to fend off 2 hungry defenders who want that 3-3 half, and now we have the full confirmation. The Evil Eye on the west wall. It's only one whiff of the gas canister that's going to send Sly down, as Defiant will achieve that expected result. The 3-3 half is theirs. Moving on to the offense now, it's the Defiant game to tell us about the future of this series.
And I'm gonna come in again, giving Stick a little bit of a break. Just a reminder that for Potato Division, we are also watching the Losers Bracket Round 2, Vandals versus Team Navrin coming up. Now, of those 2 teams, whoever wins will move on to Losers Bracket Final, to face Ruthless Gaming, and whoever wins in the Losers Bracket Final will then face Arson Esports in the Potato Division Grand Final for Season 5. And now...
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers. Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Reloading! Reinforcing wall! Reinforcing wall! Evil Eye ready.
Curious choice here to take Drew off of that kind of first in the fight Zofia role and slot him now in arcade. I'm not totally sure if I agree with that line of thinking, because Drew is the one with the most frags. But perhaps what we're really seeing here across the offense to defense role swap for Dope Dogs is this is what they're comfortable with. and what they practiced on Consulate. Sometimes you have to kind of set aside, you know, the game day factor that sometimes your entry frag isn't the one doing the best, and Drew has got the revolver out. They recognize that the hatch is soft, but no secondary shotguns, so it'll likely be up to Yags with the shotgun pistol to open that hatch and create the possibility for the rotate. KZ moving in quickly here, wasting no time. Dope Dogs have gone for an extension strategy, a deployable shield inside a meeting, but the reverse repel could be their real enemy. A gas canister is launched out, hoping to stall Defiant's progress, but that will be just one bit of utility wasted and only taking roughly 10 seconds away from this vertical clear. You're still going to have everybody else rotate into position, and, you know, it's one of those times where you kind of just have to step into Sly's shoes and say, if it's, you know, valuable to him, this is the decision you have to make. Sly will pick off Extortion on the vertical angle and make his grand escape as he rotates down the Visa stairs. That's a big kill to get, especially now that you don't have any more EMPs. So taking off Electroclaws while hard breaching on the first floor is not the biggest focus. With the Thermite, it's still a little bit of a concern and a consideration. No Malusi this time from Dope Dog, so that's not the end of the world to have your Thatcher gone. But without the man advantage, it's not great for Defiant in this first round. And even though there was the drone, the active intel, and multiple players on that top floor, they still were not able to capitalize quick enough to take down Sly, and so he's free to return wherever he wants to in the depths of the map and still be a thorn in their side later with 2 smoke canisters to boot. Now, as we see 1 minute eclipsed, Defiant have got to get their identity back, figure out what they're going to do, which the positions Dope Dogs are holding, and how they're going to try to clear that out. Next, though, you can see as Pioli makes his presence inside of Tellers, he fells Corson, and now Defiant have to shift to their position. Are they going to try to go rotate to clear this player where they have a sliver of intel, or are they going to just completely stay on track and try to go for that standardized take? Jox is one player who might be able to make this happen now as Sly gets another one. The lack of the kill under the smoke is becoming a real problem. An aggressive push there from the Mozzie will hit that round as it's Dope Dogs who will take it. Defiant Gaming, hook, line, and sinker on this first defense. They go down. Defiant, they did not have the most capable plan. Their offense was not up to scratch, and the defense, they really picked away at it. I like the positioning of that smoke. You saw him get the vertical angle onto the reverse repel player, rotate to make it away, I think is the biggest problem coming off of that round. And the fact that Defiant, they didn't get the trade at all, and he wasted so much more time. You take that and you combine it with everything else that the defense brought to bear. That doesn't give you a first bit of confidence on the second split.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
To keep everyone updated, this is map 3, and just a reminder that for those who are joining us now, it is 2-1 in favor of Defiant. Defiant had the winner's advantage for map 1, which was Theme Park, then took Dog 7-4 Coastline, and now we are here, map 3.
10 seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds left before insertion. Attackers must locate and defuse the bomb. The bomb has been located.
The appearance of Garage Next could serve as an indicator to tell us where Dope Dogs are at, because Defiant were so back and forth on this side. It looked like, you know, they had finally figured it out on that third attempt. The first two were near pitiful, and I'm not the biggest fan of the Garage. I feel like it plays out kind of the same in every interpretation, but, you know, it's still one of those kind of standard sites where it shows you where the defense and the offense are at. Defiant need to understand that taking control of the time and being efficient is the biggest advantage that you can ask for, but nearly the same is true on the Dope Dogs point of view. in the defender's shoes. They've got to be able to stop this attack push before it materializes and hold off Defiant Gaming from achieving as much vertical control as possible. I think what we'll see them do in this round is have Miko on the Vigil. Excuse me again. Maybe have Pioli try to contribute kind of on the fringe. You could see him push off and, you know, maybe give a little bit of support to Miko. The drone is there, so they understand the Vigil is inside tellers. Now you have to look at what they're going to do to shut this down. Meanwhile, Sly will find Corson off screen. With the player on the Visa stairs, there's an opportunity here to try and stall this out. If they can kill Miko, if they can have somebody come up to support him on the back flank, that would be huge, and it secures them the refract. But now Defiant, because Corson overexposed himself and died, who knows how, early in the round, they don't have the advantage that frag would have gotten them. This is, you know, the bare minimum to consider themselves in, you know, at least still in this round. Miko, I would say, on the Vigil is probably the best pick you could have early, considering Dope Dogs aren't bringing the smoke. Drew, however, in the meantime, gets extortion. Who knows where he was trying to push, maybe up through the garage breach, but if he was, the rest of Defiant weren't totally in the position to try and support them. Not a whole lot of vertical play, maybe just a couple of, you know, openings created. You can see Andy, he's inside a piano, but we're not seeing anything come off the back of that vertical play. Dope Dogs have still not lost anyone besides their roamer, and the round continues to get slower and slower without much meaningful progress from Defiant. The Malusi waiting inside of servers will serve as another distraction as Pioli gets shocked. Now KZ moves in to be felled as well, and they both line up. Andy Way gone as well. It's Dope Dogs who take another defense. So still keeping themselves in the fight here, at least. Dope Dogs, they want to get themselves to that additional map and fight back to go for the reverse sweep. With this victory, they are within reach of match point, what I like to call match point Eve, 5-3. A little bit of work to be done from Defiant's point of view. They've got to be able to, you know, sort of work out a couple of these kinks. The fact that their entry player dies in an uncertain situation does worry me a little bit, because Consulate is a big map like Clubhouse where there isn't much that you can do as an attacker other than coordinate your entries and get those frags.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs. Bomb located by attackers.
I got the door.
10 seconds left before insertion.
My ally ready to kill.
5 seconds to insertion.
145.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Ready to block someone. Block is set. Pist deployed. Heartbeat sensor deployed.
Pod activated.
Swapping mag!
This is certainly something different. The Mozzie is shown, the castle is shown as well, so you have what I would sort of call an extension. You know, you have these opportunities to slow things down, to try and burn time off the clock, and something else that we could note is this is the first time that Split has been played through the entirety of the 8 rounds of play up until this point. Defiant looked like they had Sledge, I think, outside of the main door, so you have an opportunity to try and clear out these initial areas. Thermite and Sledge both in good positions with their drone as Extortion looks through the floor. Spots the full steep below, trying to pull out the G8. It's neither the rifle or the pistol that gets the damage done, and Drew still sits with confidence on the cardiac sensor. So he's just going to sit there forever until Defiant moves in just a little bit more. If they can get this kill, that would be huge. Losing your pulse is big, especially on split. Miko looking... Oh, wow! He still gets it, even with the hip fire. Defiant had full intel, a missed opportunity. At least for their sake, the trade is there. KZ guns him down. 4v4. Defiant, though, again, it's another one of these rounds where it seems like they're sitting around forever, wasting time and really doing a whole lot of nothing. The Pulse is still alive. Miraculously, Extortion has not yet killed them. And he's got the intel as well. He knows where Defiant are. He knows where this attack push is going to come down to. And in Defiant, they've got to know that the Pulse is constantly telegraphing their play. Extortion, it looked like, took damage from a Nitro cell, as he still is trying to kill the Pulse. You can see him, you know, try again. It's not working. And now Drew, I think, has actually recognized this. He's being spotted, and so he goes off of the cardiac sensor. KZ and the Sledge of Shocks trying to move into the objective, but they know it's uncertain territory. Any attempt to begin the plant will likely be quickly denied by the 3 remaining Nitro cells on the board. However, Shocks fell sly, and so now it's just up to Pioli and Drew. KZ, great timing. It's a misplay from Dope Dogs as they allow the diffuser to go down and hand over all the leverage to the offense. PogChamp, Yags looked like took damage from the Nitro through the wall. Bit of a misplay from Drew. KZ on low HP himself. Defiant still, they hold everything. This could be the round that finally shifts the balance of power. Dope Dog's not doing great. KZ is down inside Piano. Still going to waste more time as it's 18 seconds. And Dope Dogs have to make this happen. 15, 14, 13. It continues to tick lower and lower. Nitro's tossed up. This will down Shocks, but what they don't know is now it's do or die. They have to go for this confirm, but now as the Pulse is taken down, this round is Defiance. And they finally will get an attacker win. Not exactly the best demonstration of how to play Archives.
I don't know if that was a burn, but I love it, Stick. Keep it up. So far, these games have definitely been really close. As we saw in the previous map, it was pretty neck to neck until Defiant started to pull away as they moved on to attack. They did go from defense.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
And then they pulled away once they were switched off to defense. So I wonder if we'll see something. Well, we're already past the half, but I wonder if we'll see something a little bit different. I wonder if Dogs, I want to say this being their map, are able to.
Planting toxins. My evil eye.
10 seconds left. 5 seconds remaining.
Base deterrent has been deployed.
Attackers must locate and defuse the bomb.
Another day, another round here on Consulate. Dope Dogs still 5-4. Within reach of making their way up to match point, but with a victory for Defiant, they step just one step closer to that very same goal, putting themselves ahead of Dope Dogs. You've got to kind of take a look at what this could mean. If Defiant get themselves onto match point and put themselves 6-5, I don't know if Dope Dogs really have it in them to still bring this one back to overtime and get that reverse sweep. It's such a long and arduous road, especially for players who don't have the most experience playing best of fives. You have to be able to play that struggle and go for all 5 maps. And given overtime, given the fact that the first map, Coastline, was already pretty long, this could still be a very lengthy matchup. See, the Exothermic used to open the Visa stairs wall, not something you see every single day. Defiant have the opening, they can try to push up from Visa. Last time we saw this go down, it was a very bloody and chaotic end. Looks like Drew maybe caught a bit of shrapnel or spare damage. A bullet flying through a wall, splinter in his thumb. It won't matter much, as Extortion is the one who falls victim of a TK from Andy. 4 versus 5. Defiant not getting themselves into the game so far yet. Drew who finds shocks as well. The TK and the Alda compounding to put Dope Dogs well ahead. The R4C might yet have been spotted as a flashbang is tossed in. Drew tries to turn around, but that flashbang not the best opportunity, yet still it's failed to be capitalized on as Drew fends all of them off. And KZ is left to try to make the play a Hail Mary, if you say, as he pushes down Wong. He will find the double, taking down Yag. Still 3 members of Dope Dogs lining the road ahead. Crossing the gap, he reacts to it, a triple kill. Drew is done for. Sly and Pioli, 50 HP for the Zofia with 45 seconds to go. Diffuser in her pocket, all the utility that you could ask for, but it'll be the guns that separate the men from the boys today as KZ tries to get anything going for him. He's weary, looking for a potential flake, trying to take control of the objective, but Dope Dogs, the final 2 defenders, they're playing this well, keeping themselves away from him, not giving these 1v1 fights. It'll force KZ to try and go for the defuse. Halftime, as it seems like Dope Dogs are gonna let him do it. Diffuser down on the ground, and Nitro sails through the air, but it's the Jaeger through the rotate who will stave this one off. Dope Dogs take control of Consulate. It's 6-4, match point.
Bomb diffuser disabled by defenders. Defenders win.
And hopefully we know that Dope Dogs and Defiant are actually friendly to each other. Otherwise, normally we would consider the disrespect to that cadaver, to that body, that corpse, as disrespect. So hopefully no harm, no foul. We know that Dope Dogs is usually more of the sassy reputation, and Defiant with team reps course and just all of a strong Defiant Gaming, they've always been extremely professional, and they've always had a very cordial banter between the two. So it's always fun to have Dope Dogs who brings the sass. And between these 2 teams, a very fun banter. So there's some background on that.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
To the garage. Dope Dogs on their match point, looking to take this one here and now, and not give any opportunities for Defiant. Put themselves into overtime. Lucky for Dope Dogs, I think this is the better of 2 worlds. To have control, to be on match point, rather than to be on the back foot, considering on top of that mid-map pressure, there's additionally the overlapping pressure of the fact that Defiants are in so far total control of this series. And the onus is really on Dope Dogs to stake their claim for the comeback. Watching the roam, Dope Dogs so far with an opening kill have just destroyed and dismantled Defiant. If they can't get the 5v4 and conserve that man advantage all the way back to the objective, the round does not look good for them. If you're going into the theoreticals, a missed opportunity to claim an entry pick onto Pioli as the Jaeger looks unclearable inside of admin. He recognizes the pressure and the presence of a drone. He does break that now, so they have limited intel. Another roamer could catch Corson off guard if he's not prepared to encounter Sly at the top of Spiral. Moving through at the long desk, he's still hidden. The concealment won't last for long. As you can see, there's an engagement brewing. Corson is understood. The peak coming in from Paper now as the Ash is gone. Pioli didn't get away from that one for free, though, as he's put down to 25 HP, and he has to try and recoil deeper within the map, but this is still a nightmare for Defiant as Dope Dogs have match point and the offense haven't gotten anything done. The heart-breaching process looks stalled, their entry is completely blunted with the death of Corson, and they have to try to get this entry frag with a minute and 15 and rotate back to the objective. It's not going to happen. Sly has still yet to be cleared from the top of Spiral, and maybe Casey is not totally aware of this. He tries to hit the reaction shot. Oh no, it's Pleb's namesake, the potato. He can't make the shots line up, and now Sly exposed. We may yet see the recovery, the yellow ping. They know the sledge is down there, and he might not totally recognize this. Yet again, missed shots. The Malusi had a big opportunity. Her teammate saved her, but it wasn't forever. The Jaeger still cleared. Extortion will find Pioli. Casey was not too friendly there with the metal bars. Lucky for Dope Dogs, 3v2. The time is low, the Nitro is launched! Up close and personal, there as Shox has to dip and dodge to try to get away from this. Opening the barricades, it's a late retreat, but Shox will capitalize. 20 seconds to go, the double kill is secured, but Drew with the Alda steady and True himself. Now as Shox will go down, it's Extortion to try and make the clutch happen. Rotating in from the cafeteria doorway with only 5 seconds, he meets the Alda once again, and the grisly end is met. Dope Dogs, with a victory, finally work their way back into this series, and we could potentially see the full map.
That is the finish of map 3. So now we have Defiant Gaming at 2-1, with Dope Dogs taking this map 3. At Consulate. We are going to move on to map 4. Give us a bit. We will be right back as we give the players and teams a little bit of a break.
Is Sticula casting?
we're back. This is going to be map 4 on Villa. For those who are just checking in, this is map 4 Grand Finals, Season 5 Onion Division with Defiant Gaming and Dope Dogs. Defiant Gaming has won first map off of map Advantage on Theme Park, won second map on Coastline 7-4, and Dope Dogs took over Consulate with 7-4, and now we see if Defiant can finish this grand finals 3-1, or if Dope Dogs will come back and tie it up, where we'll be forced to go into another map. So far, it's been pretty close. Actually, it's been very close up until the last few rounds. Definitely saw the strategies and the roamers gain the advantage for Dope Dogs. I believe we still have the same roster throughout. We've had the same consistent players. Usually we have them sub in, sub out, but at this time we have the same coming in. Again, people to watch on Defiant side have been Andy, Course. Actually, a lot of them have just been, it's just been a really good game and close so far. Now we've mostly seen Miko and Pioli on Rome. Now, as you saw, sorry about that, the bans were Thermite, IQ, Malusi, and Mira. I'm sure when Stick rejoins, he will have something to say about that.
The IQ ban is the one that really confuses me. We did see a lot of IQ, and my first thought, immediately looking at the IQ ban, would be to say G8. And, nobody likes the G8. Why have the G8? Ban it. Get rid of it. Hey, I get it. Nobody likes to play against the G8. Corson on the Warden is a breath of fresh air. Warden's an operator that's seen a bit of a sharp rise in play recently because he's got a deployable shield, which is a commodity that's not so prevalent among the Defender kits because of recent changes, especially the more popular of the Defenders. Also adding on to reasons behind why you might see the Warden a little bit more is the fact that he's got the MPX with the 1.5x optic, and his gadget, with changes that have been made to Jaeger and Ramai, has become just a little bit more important. Having the ability to ignore flashbangs is a little bit more valuable now. You don't have to kind of worry so much that you're just going to be suddenly flashed. There is sort of an effect, of the Ying, but I think that's not exactly the biggest contributing pillar as to why Warden is picked more. It could also be a comfortability thing. The MPX is a very controllable weapon, especially with the 1.5x. Good at all ranges, and that could be a big reason behind why Corson is bringing it. On Dope Dog's side, nothing really out of the blue. I am kind of interested in the fact that you have both of the ranged hard breachers left up on the board, and it's Thermite that was actually banned. Because on Villa, I would say that it's the ranged hard breachers really that are king, because of the ability to use them from positions that are more safe compared to walking up close and personal with an exothermic or Maverick Surrey Torch. That does leave you a little bit exposed. Andy finds the opener, cutting down Dr. Drew. Been a battle between Andy and Drew in some rounds. Another TK. Pioli is felled by Yags, and that could be a real compounding problem here. Miko has left the game, so Defiant are in a 5v2. And I think Dope Dogs have had just about everything go wrong as could go wrong in this round. Luckily, Sly will do the dance of death as he avoids the nitro from below. leaping over the balcony now. He'll look to try and interfere with that player we had seen below. And whether Yags knows it or not, the Valkyrie is actually wide swung close up near the master bedroom door. As the ace moves into the 90 corner, he leaves himself exposed for a wide swing. And he will find Sly as Extortion doubles things down, taking out Yags. Not a great start for Dope Dogs, as it's nearly a clean sweep.
So we are going to go to a rehost. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Oh my god, I had to redo everything.
That thermite IQ Amira. Also, we can pause the timer. All good, all good.
It's an option on your whenever you go to escape.
Yeah, it only happens during prep phase, not prep phase, when you're choosing ops.
I can't hear you, baby.
Yeah, your mic volume is super quiet.
Hey, Yags.
I love you, course.
I love you too.
Yo, who wants a cute road to FPLC?
I will after this.
I switched my prone
let's
because I
go.
kept fat fingering.
Let's go, yeah, let's do it.
Hey, I know we played one round, but since Miko's internet went out, can we sub in a player?
You can get Julian.
We're
if
gonna get
it's
C-Day.
Julian. Only if it's Julian.
I'm gonna ask Pew.
Only if it is Julian.
Listen, course, I love you, but this is
Julian's dead.
decision.
Only if it is Julian.
Julian's dead.
We allow Julian.
Well, we don't allow KZ to play, man.
What?
Are you racist? I think you're racist.
Wait, why me? Why me?
It's probably because he's Asian,
Because
isn't
he has
it?
baby feet. He has baby feet. 8.5.
Oh my god.
Centimeters. Centimeters.
His shoe size is 8.5. And he's 6 foot.
Hey, be real. Is it okay or no?
That's normal. That's normal for an Asian man, okay? Y'all just gotta chill.
We're okay with Julian.
At Defiant, y'all okay with it?
We are okay with Gemini. Or reverse stick balls. Yeah, you can go ahead and get C-Day, I don't care.
I think it's fine.
Andy said
Get
it.
C-Day. Get C-Day. I already said it before, Andy.
He's coming. He's coming.
Oh.
I'm giving him 25 seconds to get
Dude, you're the best. He didn't even have Rainbow loaded up, bro. He's coming.
20 seconds. 19. Oh, Stick's there.
Stick, I love you.
Why aren't you streaming CCS?
Just for the viewers, we are still waiting on the 5th player on Dope Dogs. What happened was one of their players lost internet connection. One of the teammates is saying that his computer literally just broke. So that's what the waiting is for at this time. We are going to move on. I believe Dope Dogs did ask for a sub. However, we have yet to see them actually be invited and join the lobby. So thanks again Thanks for your patience as we have this slight technical difficulty, but we will get the stream right back up. Do not go anywhere. So it is being confirmed right now. They are bringing in a sub. I believe it is C-Day. Oh gosh, I really hope I say that correctly. It'll be just a little bit more as they spool things up, and we'll be right back. I'm trying to use my NPR voice right now. You're welcome. I would try to DJ some music for you, but I'd rather not get hit with some copyright violations by Twitch. So enjoy this royalty-free, non-music music. Alright, so we do have our sub in. Just give us a bit and we'll start things back up. And we are back. We are going into round 2 as round 1 did count. This is considered a rehost, and because Defiant allowed it, they were Dope Dogs is coming in with a sub to take over the player that lost their connection and was not able to come back in. So here we go, 1-0. This is map 4 of the grand finals for season 5. I'm not sure if we still have Stick with us, but he can join back in whenever, and I will cease to talk.
Stick is definitely here.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being
Going into round number 2, the first, a Defiant victory, was very decisive, to say the least. Dope Dogs suffered on their entry in a terrible fashion. There was even a TK, and following the TK, I think we saw Defiant open it up with a kill that made it into 5v3, and then a disconnection changed things to a 5v4, rather 5v2, putting Defiant really in a position that they could never lose. Set Dope Dogs up for success, failure, and, well, Defiant, as you can see by their 1-0 scoreline, they pulled through. Close that one out. That was up on Aviator and Games, which forces us into the site rotation between Statue, Trophy, Dining and Kitchen. It looks like Defiant have opted for the first floor alternative, rather than to go to statue, which I think a lot of people consider to be the secondary site in the rotation, or even living room library, which is probably the least played of all the objectives on this map. Again, we'll see KZ bring out the pulse. He's got full information on just about every single player inside of the master bedroom. The Dope Dogs take a lot of early top control. They're making a good pace, but can they sustain it? Which is one of the biggest issues that they've faced in their attacks throughout this entire series. The Vigil lurking just near Sofa. He is droned out, even despite the presence of the ERC-7. Excuse me, this will force him to rotate down, giving up the top floor. Dope Dogs in near complete control of the north side. Extortion, however, rotates up from the main stairwell. He'll look to try and still stall out Dope Dogs as much as he can. However, now that Dope Dogs are concerned and established which map control they have under their thumb, they should be wary of the possibility for Extortion to come back and attempt to go for this flank. Doesn't seem to be really pressured at all so far as Dope Dogs move further in their execute. Now taking control of Laundry and looking to open up the Laundry into Tetris Wall. Extortion has not been droned out, and it seems like Dope Dogs have no idea, but a missed shot onto the player inside Master Bedroom will cost him his life. Drew will make the response, and now the Vigil is dead and gone. Shock's low HP as well, and Corson is gone. Defiant in this round looked like the opening has gone the opposite direction. Now they stand at a different position. KZ is going to make this one a little bit more feasible now as he takes out the new sub. However, with Shock's down, it's just up to the Jaeger and the Pulse to try to change the course of this round. No safe position for the Ace to try and go for this plant. However, he's got plenty of teammates to keep the rest of Defiant at bay. KZ now on a Pioli as Drew gets Andy. It's just the Pulse to try and come through on the clutch. Meanwhile, KZ, the Pulse for a triple kill. Diffuser down and on the ground. He could try to go for the res and get Shock's his team, make the mute backing up in the fight. Otherwise, he'll have to go for the Ace if he wants this round. So little time to pick up Shock's to make the decision whether or not he's going to go for the individual play. He tries it. Jumping back on it again. Shock's is now up and ready. 15 seconds. No vertical pressure, but the air jab detonates. This will be the alert. They understand that now the defense, they're on the prowl. A drone relays the intel. Drew for a triple kill as he'll make it a fourth. Dope Dogs, an awesome response and a victory for them on the middle floor.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
After a failure to defend tertiary objective, it's Defiant who make the decision to go to Trophy. Take a look at this. They have an extension. Shotgun holes will penetrate the bottom of the wall there, just near the bar. Got rotations opened as well. So Defiant, they're going to try to take a little bit more of the map and make sure that Dope Dogs have to fight for the control and that they don't earn it for free. They're going to bring the Goyo, which did see the light of day just a little bit on Consulate, but he was not really the decisive operator that made or broke the rounds that we saw play. Dope Dogs aren't looking to really confront this south side extension. So far, the majority of their manpower stationed outside the master bedroom, as we might see a more conventional offensive setup from the Dope Dogs. They do have hard breaching. Yags could look to get open the triple wall. Pioli will claim the opener, as it's KZ the Wamai who loses his life. That's a big name on the defense to shut down, and especially the Wamai. Taking him out means the loss of some of the magnet utility. Of course, Wamai is one of those operators that, as the round drags on, he gets more and more of his magnets. Drew has potentially uncovered a weakness in the defender's setup. However, Maestro will close the distance to try and force Dope Dogs back. They're not going to let them take control of Astro. This is a good decision. Conceding Astro can sometimes mean the loss of the round in its entirety. We see those magnets come to use, absorbing flashbangs and helping Defiant to remain in control of Astro. Corson is worried about this push, keeping a keen eye on the Astro stairwell, but still you need to focus on the bathroom door. That's the main vector of pressure. A swing here. Corson trying to hold this pressure back before it overwhelms the defense, as Dope Dogs have really yet to get much done. 1:05, doesn't look like they have the triple wall open, and Yags has had a hard breach, so if that wall is indeed closed, this round might be over with. At a 4v5, the man advantage Dope Dogs hold is their only saving grace, especially with extortion down below. He's felled. Pioli takes this control as the hard breaching effort will develop. Pioli, using one of his Ash breaching rounds, creates a hole in the floor. Sly will find Corson as the defenders begin to be picked off one by one. The sledge is down. Meanwhile, Shocks will find Sly, but the mute is not long to live afterwards, as Andes is found out by Pioli, the Ash with her third frag of the round. Dope Dogs. Round number 3. That's 2 attacks in a row after that initial awkwardness on the Aviator round. Things are starting to shape up just a little bit better, and perhaps this is the comeback in sight. However, Villa, definitely not the most defender-friendly map as it used to be. It's shed that status and now become one of the big homes of the offense, just in line with a map like Consulate or even Coastline. But so far, what we've seen throughout this series is not the expectation. It's the teams in their preparedness, coming into the maps and showing their strat books, their understanding and their comfortability on each and every map in the pool.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Wall is reinforced! Loading mag!
Feed up and running.
You are ready.
10 seconds to insertion.
Reload!
5 seconds remaining. The objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Wolf time! I'm out! Shield up! I'm reloading!
8,000 feet.
Swapping bags!
A bomb has been located. Bomb located by attackers.
Well, Defiant don't seem the most confident in their round so far. Going down to the basement, or rather the first floor, I guess you could call it the basement of this map. And as well, Statue, it's been nothing but failure. However, AVG was the round that they won that first time. And maybe we'll look to see the prophecy fulfilled once again. Terribly aggressive from the smoke. Shocks, he'll bail off, getting away with the kill on a Pioli. The response, the trade is in, and a terrible miscalculation by the Dope Dogs, as now Shocks, one of the weaker defenders, makes his escape. With the death of Pioli, that's a big name to take off early. Luckily for the Dope Dogs, we did see them pick off Andy, so it's not total desperation for them. But still, this is going to be a huge pick once it takes down the momentum. Shocks again, still holding off the attackers, looking through that gun vault angle. He's trying to get eyes on the player deeper down the hallway at 90, extortion below. You can see he could come up for a potential flank. With one player inside of Skull, it's a real possibility. However, KZ goes down. The offense have found their trade, securing the man advantage, a boost in their pocket. Corson is going to have to go huge. However, Shocks looks like he'll trade between Yags and Sly, and now Sly gets another one, a triple kill. It's just extortion. The player on the roam, the flank, off the objective, and looking to make the effort. The diffuser half-time. Will he be able to detonate it in time? Just seconds too late, but the nitro off target. Drew survives to get the diffuser down, though taking a significant chunk of his HP with him. It's extortion. And now Defiant, after their success, nearly a flawless one in the first round, are looking like a completely different team. It's the sub of Dope Dogs that's changed their momentum entirely. The vertical angle is open and the Valkyrie is spotted. Drew true with his aim, and Dope Dogs, round number 4. That's 3 in a row. Where has this effort come from?
It's just a quick look at the scoreboard right now. We've got Defiant with 1-3, Dope Dogs in favor. Defiant with only 2 people with kills on the board, that being KZ and Shocks. Hopefully they'll be able to turn this around as they have 2 more rounds on defense. Now, Stick, you know a little bit more about this than me, but is this more of an offense or defensive map?
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Definitely more kind of the offense. I am hesitant in saying because it's more of a question of the caliber of the teams and their understanding of the meta. Because for a long time, Villa is one of those maps where it's kind of like an Oregon, kind of like a clubhouse, or maybe even cafe is a little bit closer. Theme park, probably the one I'm looking for. Between Villa, Oregon, and Theme Park, they really have kind of set the pace for the defense, but in recent times, with the reduction of the utility soak meta and kind of shifting back a little bit, almost regressing into the Mute Mozzie meta, things have become a lot more friendlier for the attackers. It's really a lot easier. You're not so focused on just confronting this huge mountain of utility, but Dope Dogs, even despite this being an attacker-favored map, I think that says a little bit less about, the expectations and, the favorability of the map, and more about Dope Dogs in their play as a team. They look really good so far. Well, there's your early opener. C-Day is found out, and the Habana is gone. Luckily for Dope Dogs, they still have the Ace to fall back on. Sledge crossing the gap. Defiant trying to hold off and remain in control of this top red section. The Mozzie bails off, opening the door as he evades capture by Drew. The drone toss so they can get a little bit more intel. So far, Dope Dogs have a bit of a streak brewing, and it's up to Defiant to try to break that off and end this one before Dope Dogs can get a little bit too much momentum. You can't let that start to accumulate. A 4-2 half, it wouldn't be totally dire. A 5-1, I think, would probably be pretty close to lights and sirens for Defiant in their fans. You've got to watch the trade game as well, because Dope Dogs are down by 1. However, it's been Defiant who historically suffer to trade that one back. It's Pioli will find Extortion below. That's the Valkyrie dead twice now. Unsuccessful largely in her bottom floor roam. Corson, however, will get Sly, keeping Defiant one step ahead and trying to force Dope Dogs off base. Corson holding close. The UMP, not the best weapon in the close range fight, though Drew not able to make the shots count, as Corson still manages to hold off the Dope Dogs for as long as possible. As the round gets lower and lower, Dope Dogs can increasingly vulnerable, really. If you're going to push up in those close range fights, you're really giving as many advantages to the defense as you can. Closing the gap through the door, Corson securing his second as Pioli looks to cross the gap himself, and now Yags will join him. They're going to try to get the plant down, but Corson downing Pioli. Corson now with the triple kill. He is traded back by Corson, or rather by Yags, but Yags on the ace. He's got to fight 3 defenders at once. Not an easy job. Defiant will clean up their trophy and statue hold and get another round on the board, thus ending the streak we saw accumulating there from Dope Dogs, putting themselves in a pretty respectable position.
Not sure what just happened there. Give me 1 second. Well, that was unfortunate. I am back in, but I believe we're good still. Awesome.
The door has been barricaded!
Luckily, it doesn't look like we've really missed too much. No kills for either team. So, still a lot of progress to be made, of course, in that previous round. For those of you who just are now joining us, Defiant managed to interrupt the streak of rounds that Dope Dog had going for them and put themselves within reach of a 3-3 half, which I think is a pretty big win for them if they can get it done.
Bomb located by attackers.
Just all has to happen in this round. Dope Dogs, they encounter the first obstacle, a wooden barricade at the pig door. Extortion is back on his bottom floor roam, but the Valk main has not had the most promise so far this match.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Excuse me. Extortion sitting 0-4. He's going to have to really step it up for Defiant, I think, if they want to fight their way back in this. Otherwise, you're giving Dope Dogs a huge advantage. Nitro, it will sail out nearly half of the health picked off from C-Day. Nothing conclusive, though, and that's a big win for Dope Dogs to have avoided the death of their Habana early. Pioli still running around. It's a virtual rat race on the top floor. I'm not sure what Dope Dogs are really doing, and I don't know, to be honest, if they do either. The ace has rotated, so too is the Habana, coming up to repel from the 90 window. They're going to try to get the art wall, or rather the gun vault wall open. That would create a big problem, but in the meantime, they'll need to get whatever's protecting the wall, the bandit batteries, off, and I don't totally see that happening. You would have to use some of the stop breach utility. We'll actually see the X-Kairos used on this wall, opening up a longer sightline way back through the bar. The reverse repel angle, it's utilized, and KZ will go down. That's a good trade to get. However, those nitros still pesky. Shocks will find Sly. Defiant, 4 versus 3. Pioli tagged up a lot. Still able to ready his gun and find extortion as the Valkyrie not so successful again on her realm. However, the default cam left up, providing a large bank of intel, allowing Shocks the time to peek. However, many missed and potatoed shots will result in his death. Drew finds Shocks, and he gets Pioli. Now, Defiant on the back foot, and Nitro sailed over the wall. Huge from Corson. This will completely throw the round awry, as C-Day has no time to rotate and capture the diffuser. A big play from the former champion as we know him. That's Defiant, 3-3 at the half. Huge change in performance from them. It's all on their shoulders going into the second split now. Tempo, the momentum, deciding that is up to them.
Definitely seems like I've got a slight bug ever since coming back in. It just is an eternal infinity of Corsinator has entered the game. Gotta love Ubisoft. Again, just apologizing for the previous technical difficulty.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Just suddenly appeared to be in the video. But the fix of the little bug of console saving.
Camera activated.
Evil eye deployed.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds left.
He is up and running.
New feed activated.
AD is active in this sector. Lock it out. Defense is online! I am reloading! Think of the magnet as your lucky charm.
Magnet's ready. Let them go.
After their recent shift in performance, Defiant have got to be pretty confident and optimistic about the future of this map and the series overall at large. For those of you who don't know, Defiant picked up both of the first two maps. The first one, which would have been Theme Park, was actually the map advantage because of their traversal of the upper bracket. They got that one for free, and they claimed a 7-4 on...
Reloading.
The next map following that was Consulate, which was a pretty close one. Still, overall, it was Dope Dogs who came out on top and thus began the storyline of potential comeback here. Drew, it looks like Valkyrie player is just unlucky here on Villa, as Drew will go down with not a speck of damage done to any Defiant member in their take. Eliminating early pressure here, they're going to have to confront the Goyo shield, which control the 90 hallway. The first shield in the line there will be detonated, taking a big chunk of health off from Pioli, forcing him back. Not too much the Dope Dogs have so far in this round, beyond the time that has been burned in Dope Dogs, or rather in Defiant's acquisition of this map control. The Jackal marks come out on the feet of Pioli, so they at least have a little bit of intel. Not the most consequential thing in the world, though, as there's no damage done, and there's no capitalization of that as a result. However, it looked like some thought destruction there, maybe a frag grenade, or I think it would have had to have been a soft breach from either the Ash in her breaching round or Shocks. Another kill for Defiant. They're really starting to rack them up in this first offensive round for their half. As now it's Sly who has gone down.
Attackers drop the diffuser.
Still looking to prepare and ready to charge. The one worry for Defiant is the fact that they're going to have to run in and try to get this diffuser down at the 11th hour. 30 seconds isn't terrible, but every second that they waste makes them a little bit more return. C-Day dead and confirmed the flurry of that. Defiant to secure a flawless round. Great performance there on Aviator and Games. Really coming at it with a good understanding, and all the frags went their way. Not a whole lot of rounds we've seen meet that conclusion.
Gosh, that timing on the killing of Maestro was key right there, especially as they looked away, giving time for Maestro to round and try to get the curve on course on the detonator, but they were able to come back and within a millisecond take them out before they could actually shoot the diffuser. It's amazing how just milliseconds you can miss someone or you can just get them.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Reloading on ammo!
Dope Dogs not totally satisfied with how that first round went, and I sure wouldn't be. A flawless round is no way to start your second half. They're gonna hopefully make a couple of changes. They get their round back underway and can provide just a little bit more of an obstacle for Defiant, because in that previous round, there was, I don't think really anything the Dope Dogs did right, other than their setup. I mean, we had those Goyo shields, which didn't do much, and, you know, sort of worked against them in some respect with, I think it was the Jaeger, Pioli, who took a lot of opening punishment because of the detonation of a Vulcan shield. Really danger close. This time, Dope Dogs have a entirely different strategy. No Jaeger, no Goyo, no Bandit. It's a full change here across the board as they switch out the Jaeger for the Wamai. They bring on the Legion, and I think most importantly, the introduction of the Vigil. Oh, again, true. I feel like Valkyrie has just got to stay on the objective because she's not winning these fights. Maybe it's her kit, I don't know what it is, but every time a Valkyrie tries to go for an early fight, she's just mercilessly killed. KZ doubling down, he finds C-Day. Corson closing in onto the player inside of Memorial. He could get this frag, that'd be big, but Pioli has managed to escape. Rerouting his position over here towards the main stairs, with Corson and KZ both on low HP. Sly will confirm that frag, as the Vigil is yet to be cleared on the roam. Already getting this one a little bit better. They haven't suffered that same flawless loss, with Corson dead. KZ is still totally enraptured by this roam, as he's felled by the swinging Sly. The Vigil for 2. Defiant off track. They're going to have to try and change something, because their offense has been picked apart, and really, there's not a whole lot that they can do. 2 stacked up near the zombie door. Pioli is going to look to make this engagement. Holding off inside study. A plant, very unlikely here. The wide swing, though, the ace will fell the flanking Legion and now give control of the map, or really the round, back to Defiant. However, Sly, third, Yags, I think, will stop the plant, as it's just Shocks. He's got to recover the diffuser, pick off one of these 2 defenders, really, to make this even approachable. Lucky for him, he's got the lifeline. He'll break the evil eye, so there's no source of active intel, barring the potential for a Valkyrie camera. And moving through Shocks, he's going to try to go aggressive. Whether he knows it, there's a player up close and personal. Sly not given the opportunity to collect a fourth, as it's a one-on-one between Shocks and Yak. Maestro still hiding back behind that bar. Impact grenade is totally tossed out. The Maestro, the all 100 HP, but it shocks through the wall. A huge frag and a big 1v2 clutch there for the Zofia. Shocks carrying Defiant over the line in what looked like a round completely changed. Dope Dogs not able to get it done. AVG suffering big time.
So that's now twice Defiant Gaming has taken over Trophy and Statuary, Aviator and Games, which has now pushed Dope Dogs to intelligently push over to Trophy and Statuary. It's not looking like Aviator or Games was the right defense for Dope Dogs, especially against Defiant. We are seeing a 6-pick from Cade to Wamai. I don't think we have a wall denial then. So
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they
a
can.
little bit more open to their site. Make them a little bit more.
Bomb located by attackers.
What can you say?
Razor wire going up.
10 seconds to insert. 5 seconds remaining.
Stop worrying about grenades now.
Attackers' objective is to defuse a bomb.
Stay clear of ATS line of fire.
Reinforce the wall!
Throwing magnet. I'm reloading.
The impact of that clutch in the previous round for Shocks is something that could definitely be looked at here. With 2 wins on the second half, Defiant have pulled away from the 3-3 split and now put themselves in a position where they have the opportunity, if they take this next round, to close out the series, to put themselves on match series point and really championship point. This is the grand finals. Drew tagged up from the rooftop. He's not playing Valkyrie this round, but still will suffer the first bit of damage, as it seems like he cannot get away.
A bomb has been
Jackal through
located.
the drone hole. Creative there from Corson. They know where Ella is now. Andy bringing the Nomad. Good. You want to have that ability to lock the defense in place in this so important round. Corson in the Nomad of Andy will link up. Pioli on the flank from below, as Sly could be another player to watch. He won't go for it directly, though.
Adding overwatch.
Still holding out. Pioli, oh no, he totally reveals his position, and seems like the Ash was not totally knowledgeable about that, or maybe KZ was focusing on a different person. Drew is fell through the rooftop, and Pioli Jaeger, after showing his cards, has completely changed spots. Andy now on to C-Dape, the second kill for the offense, and a third from Extortion. The only response so far, the death of Andy himself. Pioli and Yags, the only 2 defenders keeping themselves away from match point. Site control taken. Corson trying to go aggressive at split. He won't be able to make it happen. Andy dead. Extortion, diffuser down. KZ to find his double kill. A 3v1. Yags has got a lot of work to do. The barricade stands in his path. The wall bang there, but it won't connect. Leaping over now. Up close and personal. Yags, the second as he finds Shocks. KZ and Extortion trying to hold up with the perfect positions. Playing this one real safe. The Ash tagged up, and now the defenders, their own shield used against them as Yags will break it. The diffuser within reach, but the ace has the coverage, and Extortion will fell Yags. Defiant now 3 attacks in a row, propelling themselves to their own destiny. Map, match, series point. Defiant are only 1 round victory away.
I did think about what you were saying, and I'm glad that they caught along, especially after I think most every time, if not all times, the Valkyrie was the first one picked off. It just wasn't working those first 2 rounds for Dope Dogs, especially on the same site. So glad they pulled away from that. Now we're moving on to dining room and kitchen, and it'll be interesting to see what Dope Dogs pulls out of their bag for this defense.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Stop worrying about grenades now.
Doorway is barricaded.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb. 10 seconds to insertion. 5 5 seconds to insertion. Attackers are heading out.
Dope dogs here and now. They're beginning to feel the pressure bearing down on them. This Defiant have every card in their hand. A royal flush. If they can get this next round, it's all over, and there's not a whole lot really left for Dope Dogs to hold this off. Early pressure from the basement. Andy and Shocks moving on through. They're not leaving anything up to chance. I thought for a moment we might see a pantry rush. Perhaps they're going to come up from Mexico instead, but a lot of focus on the basement here so far. C-Day exposed and on the hatch. The Jackal, Corson, way too aggressive. He's punished, and now Dope Dogs taking the opening kill. And the man advantage has a result. Defiant have given this one away. Their only hope now is to find a trade. It is achieved. 4v4 as the shots connect for Extortion, looking up through the hatch. A TK there will put Dope Dogs in the driver's seat. Shock's dead. Look like Andy is gone as well. It's just Extortion and KZ to try and get something out of this round, but now with the ace dead, KZ needs to secure a quad kill. And I'm not totally confident. Looks like Dope Dogs might have found themselves around, finally interrupting the streak accumulated here by Defiant, but, you know, maybe something will happen. Yeah, no, it's not likely. Pioli from the prone angle inside Memorial will take down KZ, finally giving themselves that pat on the back and the boost with a victory on the tertiary objective. What are they going to do now, though? You've got to go back to one of these top floor sites, or, you know, maybe attempt living room library. I'm not totally sure that's where we're going to be going, because who likes playing that site? It's Aviator twice now. The most recent attempt, frankly, was a close round. It just came down to a little bit of mismanagement from the defense and the fact that they did not play together. They gave away the individual gunfights. The cardinal sin in playing a clutch.
And Dope Dogs has their back to the wall right now. It's been match point for Defiant Gaming for the last round and this round. So they really have to bring it. They have to bring it to the table. They've got to put it all out there, or else they're looking at
defenders protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
And they're gonna get second place. Remember, $150. It's not a lot, but for the first time Flood is winning prizes thanks to the mods and donations from the community, this is the first time we're having a prize pool even as small as $150. So if Dope Dogs really, if they want to save this, they've gotta bring it up.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds left. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it. By attackers.
Tango located! Second floor!
Drone active. Activating drone.
Changing max!
Maybe a few shots coming through the drone hole. Andy has got to be real careful there. The mute jammer, I think, is shot, and the prone angle is responded to as Andy tries to get it, but it's such a deep angle. You're going to have a real tough time landing the shots onto the player who's effectively breakdancing now. Match point here, 1 minute and 20. Defiant moving a little bit slow for my liking. Flashbangs launched over the rooftop. Extortion He's got to get in position quickly. They're not going to have success in this round without the ace opening up the gun vault wall. That'll be done now. The first element is tossed, but the impact trick immediate. And that'll be the round, and the wall stalled even further. Extortion. Throwing it again. Do they have another impact? It looks likely, and now the hard breach. It's all gone. That's the problem of only bringing one hard breacher. It's going to have to come down to the guns. Defiant want this round. They're going to have to push in and get their frags. Extortion looking to engage with the player behind the bar. Shy, or rather Slide, lit up as he tries to make the cross, and Nitro lands at the feet, but Extortion keeps himself alive only for a brief moment as C-Day lands the headshot. The sub keeping Dope Dogs alive in this fight. Gas canister blocking the doorway, but the bandit jumps up. He's exposed and felled by Andy. 25 seconds. Gas canister still will block the games room door. It's going to have to be a rotate. Yags finds shot. The Ash going aggressive. KZ is killed. The diffuser going down now as Extortion is dead. And the diffuser will detonate, or rather the Nitro. And it's even a TK. 2 for Pioli's trouble. Dope Dogs. Round number 11. 6-5. This one isn't over just yet. They're still fighting on. Overtime may yet be possible for the first time in this series.
That was really interesting because Dope Dogs, they did something that they haven't done this entire grand finals. They put everyone, every 5 of them on point, or close to it. No, there was no roamers, and I really believe that this is the first time we're seeing them, that they haven't roamed, and it worked out for them. It kind of came down to the wire at the very end, but it did work for them.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers. Attackers have located a bomb. Bomb located by attackers.
Camera activated.
ADS up and running.
10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds to go.
Position device.
Device activated.
Up to trophy and statue. Oh no. Poor Yags. Oh. That's a painful one. Caught in 4K as he threw one of his magnets right into the electrified wall. You're not getting that one back. That's a lot of utility gone early, especially when Wamai has a reduced amount. Smoke canister, it's wasted utility across the board. Both of the smokes are missed by Extortion. Really having some trouble there. Not able to sink it or waste the ADS or Wamai magnets, so both of the gas canisters are smokes down. You're not going to be able to use those, and because of changes made to the utility, I think it's really only Andy, Extortion, and Course who can have any left, depending on what they've selected. So you're not going to be able to frag off the bandit batteries from that wall. You're likely to see KZ go below. I think he's done that previously, and it definitely happened on the opposite side. KZ already in position to go below, with Pioli in the distance, hiding in the art studio. Hoping to be the difference maker. The flank from Pioli could be huge. Corson will go down. So Dope Dogs, I'm sure their fans are reeling after that opening pick, but Pioli coming through for the flank. The Ash tucked up close. Pioli, he doesn't know it, and he moves right into the waiting arms of the Ash. That'll give Defiant the 4v4, but tagged up on the rotate. Looks like the shots came through from the top wall. Sly, however, fells Extortion. Quick in the trade, and he finds Sly himself. 3 versus 3. Defiant with match point. The diffuser out on the balcony. They're going to have to rotate quickly here, but their players are not all in position. holding this one off. It's going to be a really close battle to see who gets it in the end. Shox will find C-Day. Defiant now, match point, it's their advantage. The diffuser's needing to be recovered, and the down Nomad will make no contributions therein. Shox moving closer and closer. 3 versus 1. Drew's exposed. That's Defiant to come out on top after a long and drawn out best of 5. They are your champions, and they get to walk home with that big cash prize in their pocket. Well done to them on the final map in this series. 7-5 on Villa.
And I completely forgot. So Defiant won Season 3, Cool Cats won Season 4, and now we've got Defiant back on top with the crown. And this season with the $150 grand prize. So congrats to Defiant, and I'm so happy I caught those two, because Stick, while you were chuckling away, I was laughing my ass off on mute with the spoiled utility. So thanks again for joining us. Stick, if you have any last words, back to you.
Not too much. Congratulations again, though, to Defiant. Well played to their opponents, though I don't think Dope Dogs really wanted that to end on Villa. They gave it their best effort, unfortunately just coming up short. Thank you to everybody who managed to tune in for another fun season of Pleb. Though, Pew, I do believe we still have a few other games in the potato division coming up in the future, don't we?
We do. So we've still got the losers bracket. I think that's round 2 between Vandals and Team Navrin, and whoever wins will go on to face Ruthless. And from there, from the losers final, we'll move on to the grand final, and where Arson is waiting for their contender. So stay tuned. We're going to make sure to have those casted as well. But for now, congratulations to Defiant Gaming. Good game to Dope Dog. And we'll see you guys another time. Thanks for tuning in.